Hello everyone, you are watching Learn with Lovejeet, and in this video I will be covering decision statements and loops. Now what are decision statements? Decision statements basically decide the order of execution of statements in the program based on some condition. Like I am having some variable flag with values true or false. In programming, true means 1, false means 0. Now if flag is 1, that is true, set of statements A will be executed, otherwise that set of statements B will be executed. Okay, so the first decision statement is if else. Here I have defined a variable x of int type with value 0. This is the if statement. Okay, here I have used if keyword to define this if statement, and else is the keyword to define the else part of this if else decision statement. Here I am testing the condition on x. If x is true, a certain set of statements will be executed, otherwise other set of statements will be executed. So here x is 1, so what should be printed? If part. So here if part has been written. So if x is 0, else part is printed. Okay, so based on the value of x, a set of statements have been executed. Now this else part is optional. What if I remove this? I have removed here. Now x is 0, so control will pass from this if to the other part, the else part. How else is not there, so nothing will get printed. Yeah, nothing got printed. So this else part is optional. If it is present, then the else part will be, the statements in the else part will be printed if the condition is false. Otherwise nothing will get printed if the else part is missing. Okay, so now let's comment this and execute this another part I have written here. Okay, so here I have defined this if statement that can sets or tests the condition on x. If x is true, then this statement will be executed, and if y greater than 100, then this statement will be executed, otherwise control goes to the else part. Now let's see what happens. I have written here x equal to 1 and y equal to 100, 101. Okay, so here what got printed? If part. Okay, if part, let's comment this. So if part got executed. Why? Because x was true, x is equal to 1, so it is true. Y greater than 100, y is 101, so 101 is greater than 100, so if part got printed. Now what if y is equal to 99? Here if else part is printed. If else part is printed. Now what if x is equal to 0? Nothing got printed. Now it may seem that if x is false, this else part will be printed. However, this else part is associated with the closest most if statement. So this else part belongs to this if, is attached with this if. Okay, for this if statement, no else part has been defined. So if the else part is missing, what will get printed? Nothing. Okay, just the next statement will get printed after this if else decision statement. Okay, also I have written here that braces are used to group statements and declarations into a single statement. Okay, so here what is happening? And okay, so let me make this as 1 and this was 99 only. So here what got printed? If else part and end. Okay, so x is 1, this is true, y is greater than equal to 100, false. So if else part got executed, and after this the next statement will get printed. So the next statement is end. Now this printf statement is not part of this if else. Okay, it just basically follows this if else decision statement. Now I can use this statement, these curly braces, to group this into this. So here what I have done, that if this else part is executed, only then end is printed. Okay, otherwise it will not get printed. So here if I use 101, okay, so only if part got printed. Here only this part got printed. What now? Let me remove this. So this end should be printed now. See, this end got printed because this this printf statement is attached to this else. Okay, the immediate next statement will be attached to this else. Okay, however this statement is not attached to any of this if else part, so it will get printed irrespective of the condition, it's true or false. So this was all about if else. Also we can have multiple else ifs, like we have to make multiple decisions. Okay, now like here I have defined two variables x and y. Here I am testing the condition of x on x. If x is true, print this. Otherwise, if y is true, print this. Otherwise, if none is true, print this. So here, now here y is true. So what will get print? Else if part. This got printed. Okay. What if x is 1? So if part got printed. Now what if both are false? Else part got printed. So else if allows the user to make multiple decisions depending on multiple conditions. Okay, so one by one we can test for the conditions, and if none of the conditions is true, else part will be executed, although this else part is also optional. So this was about if else and else if decision statements. The next one is the for loop. Basically loops is the set of statements. However, how can I define a set of statements to execute based on a particular condition? Basically I will define the set of statements inside a set of braces. Okay, so loops are basically the set of statements that are continuously executed until a certain condition is reached. Like I have defined a variable I with value 0, and I'm telling the system to execute these statements, set statement A and statement B, until I reaches 3. So when I is equal to 0, statement A and B will be executed. When I equal to 1, statement A and B will be executed. When I equal to 2, both will be executed. When I reaches 3, none will get executed, and control comes out of this loop. So first one is the for loop. Here I have defined some I variable of int type, and I is uninitialized, that is it is having some garbage value. Now in this for loop, the first part is the initialization part, second part is the testing part, and third part is basically I can say increment or decrement part. Okay, here I have defined I, or I have initialized I with value 0. Now first time I is 0 and it will be tested, that is 0 is less than 5, yes, so this statement will be executed. Here I am printing value of I. Okay, so what will be printed? 0. Now from this, control will go back to this. Now I is incremented. I is equal to 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 1, and then control will shift to this. Now again I will be tested. 1 is less than 5. Yes. Then control comes here. I will be printed. That is 1. Then control goes to here. I will be incremented. I equal to 2. Again tested. 2 less than 5. Again printed. 3, 3 less than 5, 3 printed. 4, 4 less than 5, printed. 5, 5 less than 5, false. So control comes out of this loop. So let's see what get printed. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the initialization part, control part, and the increment or decrement part. Now let's comment this and see the next part. Now here what I have done, I have defined some variable I of int type, initialized it with 0 value. Here the test part is missing. Then this is the increment part. You know, in this for loop, these three parts are missing, are optional. Only the semicolons are mandatory, and this initialization part, control part, and the increment or decrement part can be missing. Here I have not written anything for the condition for testing the value of this I variable. So instead I have defined it using the if else. Okay, so here I equal to 0, so 0 less than 5, 0 will be printed. Then control comes to here 1. So this loop, so this if else part is working for me as a testing condition statement. Okay, here 0 less than 5, this will be printed. Then I is increment to 1, 1 is less than 5, printed. 2 less than 5, printed. Increment, test, print, increment, test, print, increment, test, print until it reaches 5. Once it reaches 5, so here else part will get executed, and this is the break. Now this break keyword is used to get the control out of the loop. So once I reaches 5, because of this break statement, control comes out of this for loop. Okay, so control will come here. So let's execute this and see what is printed. 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this was about this for loop statement, and the condition part was missing. Now let's see next one. Now here, what is missing here? The increment or decrement part is missing. I have written this increment statement here, so this is also optional. I have already told. So I equal to 0, 0 less than 5, print, execute next statement, that is I equal to I plus 1, 1, test, print, increment, test, print, increment. Okay, what I got the error here. Okay, now it will get executed here. 0 1 2 3 4. Now I have written for loop. In the first one, the condition part was missing, and the second one, basically the increment or decrement part was missing. Now in this one, I am basically missed. I have basically not written this initialization part. So I have initialized I here, I equal to 0. Okay, I have not written here, but here. Okay, so I has been initialized to 0, 0 less than 5, print. Then this 1, 1 less than 5, print. Also one more thing, that this initialization part, as you can see, is executed only once, the first time when the for loop starts, and this condition and increment parts are running or are executed again and again until the control comes out of this loop. But this initialization part, executes only once. So this also runs fine. So let's see if it runs fine or not. So this 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, next here. Now in this for loop statement, I have declared and initialized the variable I inside this for loop. This is also now legal in this language. Okay, so to remove this, okay, This is not allowed in C9 or C11 mode. Okay, I have to change the mode here. But let me tell you that this is legal in this C. I have to use the change the mode here. So let's move to the next part. Now, in this part, all the three conditions, initialization, all the three parts, initialization part, condition part, and increment, decrement parts are missing. So what will happen? Neither I have defined any initialized variable, nor I am testing any variable, nor I am incrementing or incrementing. So this is the infinite loop. This hello will be printed infinite time. Okay, until I explicitly comes out of. Okay, we will control this. So hello will be printed infinite time until the memory reaches limit of memory is reached. So this was about for loop. The next one is the while loop. Now while loop, same as for loop, defined with this while keyword. Here x has been defined 0, so 0 less than 5, 0 will be printed. This is the increment part here. Okay, x is printed, x is incremented to 1, then again test 1 is less than 5, print 2, 2 less than 5, print 3, 3 less than 5, print 4, 4 less than 5, print, and 5, 5 less than 5, false. So control will come out of this block. This curly braces define one block, and after this the statement that follows this curly braces will be executed. So this is all about while loop. Okay, and the next one is the do while. Now the difference between while and do while is, in while I am testing the condition first, and then I am executing the set of statements. However, in do while, first I will be executing the set of statements and then I will be testing the condition. So here it will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so first 0 got printed, then increment x to 1 from 0 to 1, 1 less than 5, print 1, 2, 2 less than 5, print 3, 3 less than 5, print 4, 4 less than 5, print 5, 5 less than 5, false. So come out of this and print the next statement, whatever is the next statement following this do while loop. Okay, so this was if else and else if decision statement. This is the for loop, this is the while loop, and this is the do while loop. Okay, so this was all about decision statements and loops. Thank you.